Okay, who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
I guess one of the debates going on, and this is not one of our main topics here, but one of the debates going on is, it's a great debate, I'm calling it, the Great Avatar Debate. When you hear the word Avatar, do you think Aang, or do you think the show, or the movie?
I think Aang.
Aang. I think Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
You know, so
but I'm used to it being called ATLA by Avatar fans,
yes.
so it's not confused.
Yes, we do call it ATLA, but anytime you hear Avatar, my mind doesn't go to the blue guys. I think the amazing show I grew up watching.
Same.
That show was so amazing, and like I said, we've talked about this. We know that Netflix is doing, and I'm hesitant because of M. Night Shyamalan's.
Yeah.
And M. Night Shyamalan's live action version was awful. Was so bad. I could rant on that for
I heard
hours.
the creator is heavily involved in this series, though.
Yes, I've heard that.
That's
well,
important.
which in the
Netflix.
They were.
Oh.
They're not. They because they were originally going to do the whole Netflix deal, but when Avatar Studios became a thing, they're over there.
Oh, because they're doing the animated movies now.
Yeah, they're doing the animated
we didn't
movies
talk
and
about
all that type of stuff. So this is Netflix's own thing. They're not involved. This is Netflix doing their. Now I've seen the set footage. I've seen leaked set photos of the set, and which I love. This is not CGI shit. These are built sets. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's gonna look great. Visually, it's going to look great. We've even got the actors, the cast, like who's playing who. We've seen all of that.
Yeah, but see, I don't agree with some of the because I know a big thing that they were gonna do. That's the thing is we got to keep these motherfuckers in check in fandoms. Like I'm gonna be real with you. That's like I love how an entire fandom bullied a major fucking film production team to change Sonic the Hedgehog to look more accurate, and it sold well, right? At one point they wanted to change.
Look at the Snyder fans.
Yeah.
They got what the fuck they wanted.
Yeah.
And we got what we wanted.
And
I'm a Snyder fan.
That's how Deadpool got made too.
Yeah.
Was them leaking that footage.
Yeah, well, they wanted to change and make Katara the younger sister, right? Due to casting and the age of the people involved. I was very early on in it, and everyone was like, that changes the whole fucking dynamic of the story.
Big
That's where
time.
Katara lost her mom and has to fill the mom role to Sokka, and they clash, and like, it's never heavily addressed in the show, but it's...
But Sokka has said it, though. You know, he said you're
part
not mom.
Of their whole,
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. Yeah, it was.
Sokka has said that.
So, and that is a part of their dynamic that plays out throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
It's their it's like and so for fans it was kind of like I think it was because of Aang and Katara's relationship. They wanted to age Katara down to be closer to Aang's age, which would make Sokka the older their whole personalities would be different. And you don't and they changed it back. Right? So there's certain things I think we just have to stay on the fucking ball with these people.
Right.
And to bring up this picture you have right here, so when you talk about James Cameron's Avatar series, so part of the reason why I get it was a blockbuster masterpiece for the level of CGI and the visual. What they did with that movie was fantastic. It deserves praise. Now here's the difference, and me and you I had to make you realize this. It's Ferngully.
It is.
It's Ferngully. It's Dances with Wolves.
It is Ferngully in space, but it's also like it's still a magical fucking
I'm not
sci-fi
knocking.
journey
I'm not
that
knocking
you're
it,
going
but what
on
I'm
with
saying is
I love
it's
Ferngully.
I do too.
Yeah, I loved the movie.
I loved Ferngully.
I think I saw it
one of
3
my favorite
times
movies
in
as a
theaters.
kid.
Actually, I think I probably shouldn't say this, but I might have taken something I probably shouldn't have taken and bawled my eyes out when Big Tree fell. It was so cool. And this movie was so dope when it came out, but it didn't. It was a cool cinematic experience, but it wasn't a lesson-involved, life-changing event like ATLA was.
See, that's the thing. People say that this film is just so pop culture, deep-rooted about like it's history. Like, don't get me wrong, I love James Cameron's Avatar, but it ain't no ATLA.
No, motherfucker, you know the horses or the dragons they have, right? You get a toy of that and you set it down. I don't know what those fucking things are called.
Right.
You put Appa down.
Yeah.
You put fucking Momo down.
You put
a lion turtle or a fucking anything. I'm like, that's ATLA world, bro. That's that. I swear to God, every time I see cabbage in the store,
platypus bear.
Every time I see cabbage in the store, I want to knock it down so an old man will come out and fucking yell at me. Like that's it's ingrained.
I will never forget the season finale and staying up and watching that and like when because I think it premiered in parts. I think that's how they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And I just remember, when we finally got face to face with Ozai,
Yeah.
and you're about to fight him,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking to myself, Aang, how are you gonna do this? Because you don't want to kill him. But then when when he goes to the Avatar state and whoops the fuck out of him, I'm like, man, bro, such a good show, man. I loved.
We were the perfect age for it too.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's crazy too is it. I remember I rewatched it with my son, and going back, and of course season 1 is a little rough. The budget isn't there as much, and it is more. They had to get us in, kid friendly, easygoing, whatever. But even the things like when they first go to, it's not Ba Sing Se, it's the city that King Bumi is over though.
It is Ba Sing Se.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Bumi is over. Oh, Bumi's not over Ba Sing Se.
No, he's not.
That's King. What's
Yeah, when they first go see Bumi, this is before they go to the Airbender
I forget
Temple.
what city it is.
And they have the laundry chutes. And they're just flying down,
Yeah.
using airbending to fly down these fucking things. I, as an adult, literally sat there and was like, this world, they put heart into their work. They design. Can you think about that? Where like, and that's some shit I would do. Where let's say me and you are constructing a fantasy idea, right? And you build a city, and you're like, here's the plot, here's what we got to do, and I'm like, hold on. What if there's all these little railways throughout the city, and they have that's that.
Yeah, no, it's
That like
brilliant.
tray that doesn't matter, and it's like, no, that's my heart in my story.
Yeah,
That's my
it's
creative
brilliant.
juices
It's
coming
not-
out in
and
my
it's
world.
not just that. It's even the introduction of characters, how they did it. The introduction of Azula in season 2 was perfect.
Yeah.
Because it also, you still had Zuko, but now you've got his deranged, psychotic, looking for approval sister
Also
who's going to
a baddie.
And she comes with
a
Ty Lee
baddie,
and May
a
as well.
baddie.
But
Yeah.
she brings Ty Lee and May, and you're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are these people
I
doing?
just wanted her to
Exactly.
be mean to me so bad.
Like she was Azula was
Yeah,
by
both of them
far
strong men, women.
one
I
of
don't
my
know what it
favorite
is.
characters.
Yeah.
By far.
Well, and the show also did a very good job of, and I'll point this very like where
The mental aspect of Azula.
Yeah, but the depth of the show to where like it was very from the beginning. You and we as kids, they held our hands into it. They said Fire Nation bad, everyone good. Zuko wronged by Fire Nation turning. You know what I'm saying? But they made it where Fire Nation is this evil entity for first 3 seasons. Then you get into book 4. And as a kid, this blew my mind where Aang is in the school of the Fire Nation, and he's like, hold on, this shit ain't right. What are you teaching? And you start to go, oh my god.
They're being brainwashed.
They're not. They did because that is what I love about a villain. I can handle just a maniacal, like evil villain, right? But when you give a villain, like when they do their monologue or their rant, and you're sitting there like, motherfucker, they got a point, man.
Yeah. That's why I
and so
love
that's even as a
villains,
kid,
man.
they didn't treat us like stupid children. They got us in on the jokes and the kiddiness and the light world building that grew, but they talked about things that we can handle, that we need to see. From all the way back in season 1 with Yue sacrificing herself to save the northern
even the
Water
relationship
tribe to-
between Iroh and Zuko, when Zuko felt that, or when Iroh was thrown in prison and Zuko kept coming to visit him and Iroh wouldn't say anything to him, and then the hug at the end, like I mean, that was brilliant. I'm like, because I teared up then. I can go back and like
honestly.
Iroh singing to his son. Man. Those were such. I don't think there was really ever too many episodes of ATLA where I just was like, oh, that was.
Bro, and you'll see
they
shit
all
later.
mattered.
Yeah.
They
and
all
you'll
mattered.
see shit later too. Now that years have gone by, right? Because I've watched the show, read the books, watched the second series, like whatever. Or like I saw a post where someone was like, "So y'all realize when Iroh was in prison the whole time, and then Zuko lets him out, and he immediately embraces him. Iroh doesn't know that Zuko's on Team Avatar. Iroh doesn't know.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, but but like for us, because it's especially as a kid, you might not think about this, right? But we, the viewer, know everything about Zuko's journey, so we don't think that Iroh doesn't, kind of. But it's like I sat there and was like, motherfucker, he just loves his nephew.
Yeah. I mean,
he's just there for
like,
his nephew.
that's
He always
every
believed
time
he
Zuko
could change.
fell.
He always believed in
Yes.
him. He could change. He could be better.
because Iroh was never like his brother.
But in every time Zuko fell, I mean, you could see that it was never disappointment on Iroh's face. It was pain, where he was like, "I get it. Like you're searching for acceptance. You're like all these things. It's not your fault. You're navigating, becoming a man, you're a prince, and all this shit.
Yeah,
he'd always be there for him, and it's like, dude."
Yeah, I
literally
mean,
scarred by his father.
yeah, the show was so good at pulling at your heartstrings. Last one I'll say is just when when Aang loses Appa, and
Yes.
the tears in his eyes, and then when he goes into the Avatar state, and he's like, "You muzzled Appa?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, and then just Katara just comes and grabs his hand.
And he calms.
I'm just like, bro.
I look back sometimes.
fucking
that
show.
episode was rough.
It was rough.
It was. I can't believe sometimes that it was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
It was so well done.
But, yeah.
Such great characters.
Yeah, well, and it's
so
the
much
subtlety,
heart. There was
too.
so much heart in that show.
Because everyone talks about the main scenes. This is the last one I'll say. Everyone talks about the main scenes, the Aang seeing Gyatso's skeleton and fucking all muzzling Appa and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
But one of the scenes that were just subtly repeated things that was really, really powerful for me was Sokka's relationship with his dad.
Yes.
Because he didn't have much of one.
Yes.
Right? And so, but he was always... He believed his father was this larger-than-life figure. He's a warrior out fighting the Fire Nation. And so that was Sokka's bravado. That was Sokka's... he's lying to himself. He's a little boy who's alone and lying to himself about his dad. And that hit me kind of hard. And you see it go through stages where he also looks for male figures to kind of mentor him. And then even when he does see
swordsman,
see his dad again,
master.
you know, just that moment where his dad like, Sokka, you've done so good. It's like, dude, I'm fucking getting...
Even Katara's relationship with her father.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It is the big moments, but it's the subtlety of the character progression through every episode. Because it's not just we as kids at that time were used to our Danny Phantoms and our Fairly Odd Parents and our the last episode doesn't really matter. It's just episode
exactly.
we can watch at any point in time. No, this was like...
And I loved...
Very episode.
I loved seeing Zuko, the episode with Zuko and Katara, when Katara was going to go kill the man that killed her mother. That episode is so well done. You see... Katara go through so many different emotions, and then at the end of it, just ultimately at the end of the episode, she grows. You see her just overcome the grief, overcome the anger, and then you see Zuko grows in that episode too.
Yeah, because Zuko's like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, Zuko grows. I could go on and on about ATLA, and this is not the main topic, so I don't want to sit here and go on about it. But we will be obviously talking ATLA so much more with you guys as the Netflix series comes out. We'll be reacting to that when Avatar Studios gets all their stuff together and these movies have official dates. I believe some of them actually might have official dates, so don't quote me on that. But once we start getting more on that, we're going to talk more with you guys. So let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking of ATLA. Are you excited? What do you guys think of when you hear Avatar? Is it Avatar, The Last Airbender, or are you thinking Blue Man in Space?